welcome. I can't hear myself. Welcome. Hello. Testing. Testing. What two? Hello. Okay, there we go. That's better. Boom. Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to another great episode of Wealth for Generations. We on episode number 58, 58, or as some people like to think, Ocho Cinco, but that's backwards. But what happened there? Oh, there we go. Cool, it's work. You gotta turn your phone down, Jess. Oh, way down. Is it mine then? Oh, it's mine. Ha. My bad. How come I won't go down more? Okay, sorry, people. Sorry. We trying to do this. I can still hear me though. Is that you, Frank?
I'm not even in there.
No?
No.
All right. I thought I heard myself still. Oh, James popped up. Yep. All right. Sorry. We're trying something new. Trying to get everybody connected over here. All my co-hosts connected for the Instagram Live. So if you're watching me on Instagram Live, we're trying to get connected for you guys. But yes, welcome to another great episode of Wealth for Generations. We are here for you today, episode number 58, like I said. But let's get into it. Into it. This needs to be So first and foremost, I want to introduce to you all my engineer of all engineers. He said I can go old school and bring it back. Mr. Jolly Brown Giant, Jimmy. How's it going, Jimmy?
Living, what did I say? Living La Vida Loca.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say living the high life because you know you all tall and stuff.
I could.
Puerto Rico. Make me feel Puerto Rico. You doing good today, though, Jimmy?
Oh yeah, living the dream.
Oh yeah, living the dream.
It ain't my dream, but it's a dream though.
It's somebody's dream. I didn't dream this shit, but somebody's looking at my life like, goddamn, that motherfucker's living up. Let's give another round of applause for my co-hostesses of the day.
Co-hosts.
Yeah, something like that. We got Mr. Frank the Tank.
Tough ass nickname, big dog.
Hey, yes, sir. That's why I'm here.
Should we maybe not today, but we'll get into the story of why you are the Tank.
Hey, I'm down for that.
I'm still hearing me somewhere, but as long as we ain't getting that feedback, I'm cool. But yeah, one day soon. I don't want to put it off too long because I'm pretty sure there are some people out there wondering, and it's a pretty cool story. You know what I mean? It's a nice story of resilience and comeback. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yes, and congratulations for you even being able to be here. And you guys will understand that later, but you know, round of applause for you being able to be here, be with us, and you falling in nicely to your new co-host spot.
Absolutely,
see?
man. Enjoying.
Nice, awesome. And then we also have the beautiful, my second half, Miss Jessica 1S. How are we doing today, Miss Jess? Good. You can actually, both of you guys, if you don't mind, you could get a little closer to your mics, if you don't mind.
Please get closer to your
better?
mics.
Yeah, that's better. Because I feel like I can't even hear me, and I'm like,
Yeah, you can't. The
I can hear you.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Okay, I sound
that
low
better?
in mine. I don't know why I sound low. I can hear myself, but I feel like I sound lower than usual. But if you guys say you can hear me, it's all gravy.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, definitely better. Way
All
better.
right.
So I'm excited to get into today's show. We have a really good show like we always do. If I could find... Oh, duh. Oopsie, I gotta change account. That's why I can't find the health as wealth.
Oh.
I'm like, let's go. So, like I said, episode 58, we're gonna be talking about self sufficiency today, being self-sufficient. And a lot of the times, I mean, we're entrepreneurs, business owners, so I do relate a lot of stuff to the business world. But today, I want to keep it a little personal. We ain't gonna get too personal, but we're gonna be talking about self-sufficiency in a general sense, not necessarily as a business, because it's kind of scary and overwhelming sometimes and hard as a business. So we ain't gonna touch on that because it's the same exact thing as an individual human being, and it's just like upscale times 100 when you become,
especially nowadays,
a business person and an entrepreneur. Yes, definitely, because you want to be. I mean, unless you are one of those fortunate people who have the funds right off the bat, and you can distribute those funds accordingly and make sure that everything runs smoothly, that's great. But for a lot of us that are in the field like we're in, who are trying to do it on our own, self-sufficiency comes down to a really giant teeter-totter. You got to make those decisions. It's like
teeter-totter.
Seriously, man, because it's like, all right, I want to do this and this by myself. I think I can do this. And then you look again at that teeter-totter, that motherfucker's like this. Like, well, nope, I can't do that. That is not balanced. That is not balanced at all. Let me take this one off. Okay. I take this one off. Okay, maybe I can do those two things. So that's kind of how it is. That's the way I look at it, at least. But
you got some ashy elbows. I'm so sorry.
Hey, man, I'm trying to lower my lotion consumption. But thank you for pointing out my dryness, because actually I did not drink enough water yesterday. And if my water game is absolutely on point and correct, then this shouldn't be that. Actually, it's not that bad. This motherfucker just hates me.
I love you though, Elijah.
Ain't even that bad. Ain't even that bad, man. My shit looked like Tyrone Bigum's lips before. This ain't that bad.
You look like you just drag your elbows across a chalkboard.
Yeah, it looks like I do Muay Thai elbow strikes to flour bags sometimes. Just
Muay Thai. I know karate, right? Ask Frank. You better stop playing with me.
Have fun with your karate. Muay Thai will dominate.
Hey, you better.
I ain't talking about no video games, son.
He gonna hit you with the karate move here in a minute. Hey, he trying to take the role of Save the Last Dragon Part 2.
Bruce Leroy.
You ain't no Bruce Leroy. You ain't got that glow.
What do you say?
Show enough.
I know. I mean, I got the hair to be show enough. I ain't got the size though, man. I'm supposed to be bigger than you.
What do you say? I was watching a movie. The movie Lottery Ticket? Bow Wow.
No, but I read the book.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Is it the same
what
as
Terry
the book?
Crews say? He was like, "Where you from?" Yeah, he said, "I'm from a nice town. It's called Wishing Niggas Woods."
Hey man, we don't use that word around here, bro.
Sorry, wish your brother Woods. Or anybody Woods.
Buy some bean pies.
Mm-hmm.
Bean pies, my brother. Bean pies. Let's talk to you today about the sun and what it means to be bright and intelligent and enlightened, my brother. Anyways, let's get into one of my favorite segments of the show. Let's get it going. We're going to get into the Health is Wealth segment. And just to let you know, just in case you forgot, not sure if you guys remember or if you guys remember, but the Health is Wealth segment is brought to you by Jessica Marrero, that one over there, and Christina Rose as Elevated Souls. They say we're here to elevate your souls. You can contact them at elevatedsouls@gmail.com, or you can reach them at 480-269-2649. And let me spell that out for you just in case, because we got to have the cool spelling and all that stuff. So elevatedsouls@gmail.com is ELIVE, ELIVE, the number 8, D, and then souls, SOULS, @gmail.com. So all your fresh breast juice, your sea moss gel, all that jazz, contact them for that as soon as possible. And let's get into the Health is Wealth. Let's see, what do we got today? What do we got, Jess?
Soursop.
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 Health benefits of the fruit.
Of the fruit. Did I put if?
Yeah.
Of the fruit and the tea.
A lot of things happen when you're busy. Busy people have more fun. But let's see. Health benefits of the fruit called soursop. Is anybody in this room familiar with soursop by a show of hands? I do a half of one because I heard
I've
about
heard
it.
of it, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
I'll
Okay.
do it. You just drink it.
Did you drink it? What do you?
You
I'm
can
actually
make
kind of
tea
surprised.
out of the leaves.
Yeah.
I just got some in finally yesterday, so
Actually, yeah, I did
Nice.
see the bag this
Incorporating
morning.
that.
I did see the bag into the CMOS
I
or
might
into our
do
juice.
I might do a sour sop and like mango and
You had
pineapple flavor.
mango.
Pineapple, and sour sop. But we'll see. To be determined. But until then, we're just going to be using it at the house to make tea.
Nice.
Yeah.
And actually, I caught it out the corner of my eye. I was kind of surprised. Were you just trying to be part of the crew, or are you familiar with soursop, Jimmy?
No, I was just trying to be nice and act like I knew what it was.
Darn it. Because I was going to say, man, the last couple times, he'd be like, I got no idea what you talking about right now, sir.
I've been real witty lately. Last night I was at Walmart, and I was on the phone, and she was like, lady walked by, she goes, what'd you say? I said, no, I was talking to myself. I'm kind of crazy. And she looked at me, and she walked away.
Hey, I say, if you don't talk to yourself, you're crazy. That's my view on it.
Yeah.
Usually I tell people to mind their own business that I'm talking to myself.
You just be like, I was having a conversation and you interrupted me right now.
Yes.
Thank you. Gosh. All right, so let's get into this sour sop. Sounds like it could be a MC if they put a little on top of it. Yo, we over here today interviewing a brand new up and coming artist, Lil Sour Sop. What up, yo? But anyway, sour sop is high in vitamin C and antioxidant known to boost immune health. The vitamin strengthens your immune system, improving its ability to defend against pathogens. It also promotes the destruction of free radicals, which can help protect your skin and cells from environmental oxidative damage. One whole soursop fruit contains 215%. Goddamn. One whole soursop fruit contains 250% of your recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. So, basically, if we eat the whole thing, we OD in on vitamin C. Is that what you're saying? Because
luckily, one thing that you can't OD on is vitamin C. So
I mean,
you'll
you
just
could-
pee it
Oh my
out.
gosh.
That's why
You could
your pee
have
will be really yellow.
more of a dose than needed, which would be an overdose.
Hey.
But you're saying you wouldn't have a negative effect to overdosing.
Yeah.
Haze for horses and
Hey,
cows.
I'm sorry. There's something, when you said that, I'm so sorry. I just want to apologize for my inner thoughts.
Your immaturity was creeping in right there.
Yeah,
What?
it was.
What
I had to
happened?
stop myself.
What
Said you
happened?
can't overdose from vitamin C. I was like, you can overdose.
You mean
from
that vitamin
D? It's a vitamin D.
I don't think you can overdose on that either.
No, I don't think so.
Jimmy, stop it. Jimmy, stop it.
So, let's get back to the sour sop. Let's
Sorry,
get back to the little
Elijah.
sour sop. When's your album dropping, homie?
Coming up soon.
One whole sour sop fruit contains around 83% of your recommended. Hey man, I gotta try sometimes, right? I gotta try sometimes. But hey, did y'all see that big old Titanic finger that came in to push the button though? 6'5", 375 pounds of 46% muscle.
What do you mean 40%?
40. I said 46%.
46.
43.
55.
50, okay, I'll give you that. 55,
There you go.
55% muscle.
Put some bass in my voice for you.
You got to, so we can hear you all the way down here.
Yes, sir.
One whole sour sop fruit contains around 83% of your recommended daily allowance of fiber. So if you eat too much of this, you might go poop. But which is a vital nutrient for your digestive health. Fiber helps to promote regularity and prevent digestive issues such as constipation. Told you so. Just saying.
You're learning so much.
Me?
You haven't botched one word yet.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, you do keep me on my toes with these words.
We'll see, though. There's still more to come.
Oh, no.
Yeah, man. Have you seen some of the other episodes, bro? Like, sometimes.
He just gives up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm like, y'all go ahead and Google it. They got the little button, the speaker you can do. There you go. That's all you. Health benefits if it's a tea. Health benefits of the tea.
I copied and pasted.
Potential anti-carcinogenic effects. Soursop leaf tea may be beneficial in helping to fight and prevent cancer. One study found that a soursop extract could reduce the size of breast cancer tumors and kill cancer cells. A second study found that an extract could stop the formation of leukemia cells. Soursop tea is also good for fighting inflammation, stabilizes blood pressure, and has antifungal and antibacterial properties. Also used to treat rheumatism.
Yay.
Okay. That was one of those ones I was like,
That's the one I was waiting for. I didn't
Did it
know
get
if
the
you were
hole?
gonna get through that.
Also used to treat rheumatism, hypertension, diabetes, parasitic infections, and other similar conditions. This tea is a must-have for your daily healthcare routine. So, you're gonna buy a couple things of fruit of soursop, Jimmy, so you can go poop.
I don't need that to go poop. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Just
I
some
already be
vitamin
having the
D.
BGs. I already be having the BGs.
That's not good, bro. You shouldn't
bubble
have
guts.
bubble guts. You should poop regularly,
I
solid,
do.
about the length of your forearm. Yeah, I know all that stuff
Look how big my
'Cause-
forearm is, big dog.
because my personal colonostic.
Actually, not even
No,
forearm. My
stop
whole
right
arm.
there.
My whole damn arm.
Hydrocolon therapist.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
You guys know.
You know how many episodes you're like, yeah, Jess is a
Yeah, so
colonoscopist.
all the people who,
No.
all my regulars know exactly what I'm talking about. If you knew, go back and watch some old episodes so you can figure it out when she was co-hosting regularly and she would
Yep.
correct me. But that's what we got. That's what we got today for Health is Wealth. What time are we looking at, Jimmy?
133.
We only been on for a minute and 33 seconds.
No, that's the time. We've been on for 17, 18 minutes. I'll say 18 minutes.
Smart ass.
So 26 minutes.
Smart ass motherfucker. We've been on for 17, you said? I'm sorry.
So talk fast like Eminem. Hi, my name is Eminem. Your girl wanted Eminem, so I give her Eminem.
So let's get on to the next part before someone starts trying to rap.
Trying to rap. You heard me freestyle.
Next segment we got is Asking the Masses. So on Asking the Masses today,
he wears the black tie. You know when Tyrese was trying to be a rapper?
I don't want to.
Exactly. That's how bad you were. You were worse than black tie.
Remember that time Taylor Swift was a rapper?
You were worse than Taylor Swift.
Actually, Taylor Swift has some bars.
I'll say this.
If y'all ain't never heard of it, Google it. Somebody
You know
probably
who got
wrote that
better bars than
shit,
you?
but you know, it still takes talent to deliver. Not everybody can
Uncles
deliver.
have bars low key. Used to past it.
I tell him all the time. Me, him, and Patrick. We're gonna make a song one day.
Hell no.
Yeah, we are. Watch. It's gonna be toy.
I'm gonna have two
It's gonna
album
be
sales.
It's gonna be lit,
Jessica,
yo.
Iesha. That's it.
What about me? I'll buy
buy
my
your
own
own stuff?
shit. Hell yeah, I'm gonna buy my own shit. You don't support yourself when you do nothing.
Hell no, because I already got support.
That's why you don't do nothing. But anyways, let's get to the Asking the Masses of the day. Today, I had one little we brothers and shit. I had one question. I put it up on the book of the face, and let's ask you guys first, and then I'll see what the people said. So the question of the day was, or the question of the week was, what's one of the first adult type things you were proud to be self-sufficient with? And if you need any examples, talking about like laundry, cooking, taxes, budgeting, stuff like that. So, Mr. Frank, sir, because I know Jess already answered on social media. I don't think you did.
Right,
So
sir.
I'll go to you first, sir, Mr. Tank.
Mine
What
was
is-
budgeting.
Budgeting?
Yeah.
That was one of the ones you're like,
Yeah.
yo, I figured this out. It's
Yeah.
tight.
Well, like I had good parents. They told me to my mom gave me a certain thing and said, this is how you got to budget. And like, she taught me that from the jump. So I would have to say
That's
was
tight.
my
So,
first thing I had to figure out was budgeting.
What age would you say, if you could roughly, I know you might not be able to pinpoint the exact, like October 17th, 1930, or I was going to say 37,
like 12,
93.
12, 13 years old.
Like 12, 13. That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight because that's pretty young. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I ended up started cutting grass. My dad had a lawn business, but I would go around the neighborhood and I would get money. And But then I would go ask my mom for money, and she was like, "No, you're going to learn how to budget." And so that's when I started to figure it out. And then she taught me very well. So I have to give her props for that.
Let's give a round of applause for moms right there. Yes, yes. And budgeting, man, as you become an adult, there's a lot of different levels and a lot of different ways you can budget. And if you have none at all in action as an adult, you're fucking up. Just so you know, you fucking up. You should have some type of budgeting in place for your life. And it doesn't have to be super duper. You don't got to sit down with a checkbook and write down each day in line and everything like that. I'm not sure how extensive your budgeting is, but it could be as simple as just knowing your bills ahead of time and making sure that you strive for those numbers. That's like the most simplest way you could budget. You know what I mean? There should be some sort of form of budgeting within your adult life. If you got bills and shit, you need to figure it out. So, Frank, I will double back on you real quick. How extensive is yours? Is yours pretty down? You got like the Excel spreadsheet and all that shit, or
like I've done that in the past, but I've become more of the simple person. Like I'm just that way. Budgeting to the point where you know exactly what your bills are coming in, what you got going out, what you have to go to an investment, what you have available to go have fun. You know what I mean? So it's nice that you can budget money, but then also budgeting the time. So a lot of people forget about it. Like we always talk about money, but if we don't budget our time, because we all got the same amount of 24 hours, it's what we do with it. So
definitely.
And that will create the money that you need to budget. So it works in all ways.
Definitely. I totally agree. And then for you, Miss Jessica, what would you say was one of your first proud adult self-sufficient?
When I got my first apartment, and I furnished it all by myself.
Through Goodwill?
No.
I mean, that was me. That was me. So,
I mean, it was a tiny apartment, but I had to get all the bathroom stuff, the kitchen stuff. Like,
no, that's still tight. Like, even though like I joke about me doing it on a Goodwill budget, I still felt hella accomplished by the time 3 months down the road after being in my apartment. I got everything set where I wanted it to be. It still felt hella accomplished, even though I probably spent $400 on all my stuff, while Jess probably dropped like $2,500.
No, it's probably like maybe like 12 or 1,500.
Yeah.
And then, but I was pretty young when I did it. I wasn't even 20 yet. I was like 18, maybe 19. Maybe
19.
I just turned 19.
You hear that, Jimmy?
In 11 months, I was able to save, maintain the bills that I was already paying, because I did have a small rent then.
Probably through budgeting.
And and then saving and
probably
just being
through
able
budgeting.
to go in and do it. So it's cool. Yeah.
Awesome. Give a round of applause to my two co-hosts for having some really good foundational self-sufficient traits, because being 18, 19 years old and being able to move out on your own and take care of yourself and furnish your own place, that's some good self-sufficient stuff. And being able to start budgeting, you even said that I wasn't expecting it to go back that far, but you were even like, yo, I was hustling and mowing lawns at a young age, and my mom noticed, like, I want this video game, but I spent most of my lawn money on baseball cards and gum. Like, you got to figure this out. Then you want that game, son. You need to figure this out.
Right.
So that's tight. That's tight. What about you, Jimmy? You got any?
Hell no.
You're not self-sufficient with nothing right now?
Absolutely not. I am terrible at budgeting. I make terrible financial decisions.
You don't wash your own clothes? You get yourself to work, right?
I walk. I'm a pedestrian.
Yeah, but you get yourself there. You're not every shift. You're not like, hey, uncle, you want to do me a favor? You know what I mean? It's still self-sufficient. Whether you're walking, you're still getting yourself up, getting yourself ready. Whatever uniform you gotta get together, you know what I mean? And you're out of the house and to work at a sufficient time. I don't know.
Are you on time?
I was gonna say.
Hey, are you on time? That's it.
A sufficient time.
Yeah, I'm on time. If I'm scheduled at 3 o'clock, 3:15. Every time.
every day. Just go ahead and schedule me at 3:15, boss.
Because that's what time I'm getting there anyway.
But you're still there, and you show up though. You show up to your shifts, whether you're late or not. Do you at least show up to your shifts?
I do.
That's self-sufficient, man. Ain't nobody waking you up and dragging you to your job to get you to go work your shift.
Uncles.
You may wake up to certain text or pots and pans being moved aggressively in the kitchen, cabinets being slammed.
All right, Elijah, I'm gonna show you how he wakes me up. Okay. I'm gonna show you how he wakes me up. All right.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna show you. You ready?
You know he probably watching too, right?
Yep. Wake your big ass up. And clean this room up.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta put that foot down, you know.
Hey, just like an uncle should be.
I'd rather have a pin than a sandal. So
whatever you can find.
Oh, okay, never mind. So let's go to the social of medias and see. We got some people that chimed in. We had the queen of Habari. She chimed in and she said that she is proud of her cooking.
How do you wake me up? See, told you. I told you.
He threw a pen at me and said, "Get your ass up."
He sent me a video the other day. And he was like, "How it is to wake up your daughters up versus how your son." And he was like, "Wake up, get a job." He was like, "Clean up."
What your daughter you do to be like that? You're like, "Hey, princess, wake up."
Hell yeah, I want to be waking up like that.
I think you got to be at work pretty soon. How about you get up?
I just rather not feel a finger just.
Get your ass up, man. You better have rent next week too.
You better have rent next week.
On time.
On time this time.
But anyway, scares me out of my sleep. I hate that. Oh my, that was one of my biggest icks. Being scared out your sleep.
Oh.
Actually, that's
you'll be nothing important. Damn, don't do that. Don't do that one.
So we had the queen chime in though on the social of media, and she said that she is proud that she learned. She didn't really go into depth, but she said cooking was one of her favorite adult type things that she learned to be self-sufficient with. We had Miss Autumn. Shout out to Autumn and Jamel. Sorry, I always mess up your name, man. My bad. But yeah, we in the works of getting you on too. Do a little interview with you as well, sir. But Miss Autumn said shopping for appliances did it for me. I knew I had arrived into adulthood. And that's a big one, man. Buying your appliances, getting a refrigerator, brand new washer and dryer, something like that. And then we got my buddy Eddie, who just like this guy. I mean, I don't mean that as negatively as it sounds, but this young man just excelled so quickly between my peer group. Like, this is the guy that went from being in like 6th grade, junior high, talking about, I got these fucking Trojan and viruses on these floppy disk, to being like, I own my own business when we're like seniors in high school and shit. But this guy said using a welder is one of his, and that's why I did the backstory, because that to me sounds kind of random as fuck, because we're talking about like laundry, budgeting, cooking. This motherfucker like, man, I learned how to use a welder, and he probably learned how to use it at like 20 years old and turned that into making money and stuff, knowing this guy. But that's one that he put down. He said using a welder. We got Jessica chimed in with her apartment. Dip, the king of Habari, said that his one of his was paying rent, being sufficient with paying rent. And then I chimed in as well. I said mine was cooking. I always remember it'll be a fond memory until the day I die, till this day. But I remember being young, like maybe like 12, 13 years old, and my friends would come over and see me like making food, and they would just be so astonished that I was like using the stovetop and using the oven and stuff like that. Even though at the time I didn't really think much of it, and still I don't really think too much of it now, because Alyssa's like cooking.
Oh yeah, she's been
cooking. She's older than 12, 13, but she's been cooking and stuff too.
Yeah.
But
I always had the kids in the kitchen with me as much as I could when they would be around.
Yeah, I mean, I foresee it in Javante too. Like he already
eggs.
knows. Yeah, he knows how to make eggs. He does his waffles. He does a couple basic things. You know, I feel like he's gonna be above me for sure by the time he's 12, 13 years old. He'll be doing more than what I was doing. But I was doing simple stuff like like ramen noodles, using the oven for like fish sticks, French fries and stuff. But the one crazy one that I look back at and I'm like, damn, actually I kind of was a little upscale a little bit. I used to me and my brother used to deep fry French fries on our stovetop at like 12, 13 years old. Like I look back at that one, I'm like, yeah, that was kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, like that hot ass oil and shit. Like, good thing we didn't have a range stove. We had an electric stove,
right?
So luckily, but I did set my sink on fire once. Only once though. Only once. Set my sink on fire once. It was just one time. One time, my brother was there. He put it out quickly. But anyways, let's get into or where we at? Is it break time? You said we gotta start taking breaks and stuff. Where we at?
3101.
Oh, look at that. Perfecto. Let's go to break then. Let's pay some bills. Shout out to Habari Entertainment. Sit back and enjoy this break real quick. Go get some water or something.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Welcome. Are we back? Okay. Oh yeah, there's a delay. Sorry, I forgot there's a delay on the phone. But welcome back, everybody. We are back. We are on episode number 58, and we about to get into the steak and potatoes of the show today. If you guys are ready, let's go ahead and wrap up that asking the masses and get into the next segment called Wealthy Wisdom. And this is what the show is about today. About to spend about another good 20-25 minutes on this right here. Self-sufficiency. So self-sufficient meaning needing no outside help and satisfying one's basic needs. What is another word for sufficient? Some common synonyms of sufficient are adequate, competent, and enough. Self-sufficient people, although it may seem, but they are not cold nor detached. Their biggest thing is they trust in themselves. They aren't afraid of solitude and don't depend on anyone to make their own decisions. This is a very valuable trait that anyone can develop over time with discipline and knowledge of oneself. Self-sufficient people typically are a big old bowl of healthy self-esteem and independence. They make their own life-defining decisions and don't depend on others to do it for them. A self-sufficient person isn't afraid of loneliness. They may actually, in fact, enjoy it occasionally. What connects these type of people beyond the characteristics mentioned is their freedom of thought. So what do you guys think when you think of self-sufficiency? Like literally, I'm asking you guys.
Independence.
Independence.
Yeah, just like kind of goes along with what you just said. Just being able to go and do whatever you need to do and not have to, consult somebody or feel like you need the green light from somebody else. You just do what you need to do.
Just do it.
Yeah.
What about you, Frank? What do you
I think it's
usually think?
Like self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you can achieve your goals, like if you put something out in front of you or a task in front of you, you can take on it and get to it.
I didn't really know the meaning of self-sufficient, but yeah, I guess I've pretty much been like that my whole life. There's never been something that I'm like, oh, I want to do this, and then I just do it. And sometimes I don't even like read instructions or do a lot of research. I'm just like, all right, I see the big picture. Let's get this done. And I've been like that my whole life. So
it's awesome, then.
Yeah,
it's good. Cool. Yeah. It means you're being self-sufficient for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I like that you said You said confidence, right?
Right.
Self-confidence. I like that you said that, because the root of self-sufficiency actually has to deal with your self-esteem. Like, you're not going to be self-sufficient if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't think you can accomplish it, which is kind of what ties into that freedom of thought. You know, there's a lot of people who will think on society's terms, and those type of thoughts can hold you back from certain things.
Right.
You know, for like for instance, being a colored man, being a black man, you know, there's a lot of stereotype that we can't do certain things. And if I really fall into that and believe that, maybe I would never have the idea to pursue being a president or something like that. Obama is the only one that's achieved it. So, you know, that's and we haven't really heard of anybody else trying to do it again. So that's still a stereotype that is embedded in our minds.
Right.
You know, at a young age, however his upbringing was, but at a young age, that stereotype was destroyed in his mind, obviously. Right. But there's still a lot of young black, I don't even want to say black, colored, because there's not a lot of color in our presidency. Right. There's not a lot of color in it. So there's still a lot of colored black there's still a lot of colored girls and boys out there who believe they could never be president.
Right.
And then I move that on to Jessica as well, being a female. There's a lot of things out there that stereotypically females aren't really supposed to be doing. Like who else besides Hillary do we know that has even made it that far to be an actual candidate, an actual possibility? Like, she was actually possibly going to win. Has there ever been?
Scary.
I mean, thinking about who it is.
I'm sorry, but I mean, just because of who she is.
Right.
Yes. But not because she's a woman.
but yeah, there's definitely certain things, you know, if you give in to that society frame of thinking, societal frame of thinking, then you can hold yourself back, and your self-sufficiency won't grow to its full potential, you know. So you got to have that self-esteem.
You want to hear something funny? When I was doing all that work over at Gabriella's house, and she had told her boyfriend, who's about 20 years older than her, you know, the projects that I was taking on, and he was like, she can't do that. And Gabriella was like, well, why not? And he was like, because that's a man's work. Females can't do that kind of work. And I was like, I was really tempted to show up in a dress and a bow in my hair and be like, all right, I'm ready to work.
Have Gabriella take pictures, film you working.
Yes, we were joking about it actually for a while.
And then wasn't it if I remember correctly, wasn't there a man that came to do work that you were correcting?
Yeah, he messed it up like really bad, and it was something I've never done before, and I was like, all right, let's do it, and it looks amazing.
Did he know that part, that some guy came and fucked it all up first?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what I mean, you know. I don't want to mean it too negatively, but I'm glad you mentioned that he is about 20 years older, because there is a bit of
he's white, so you know, there's that too.
Yeah, there's that too. I wasn't gonna say it, but you know, there's that too. But yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. You know, being stuck in that societal frame of thinking. Yeah. He's not. I mean, he may be a successful person, but he is not reaching his full potential as a self-sufficient person if he is still thinking that way. You know, he may be a self-sufficient person. I'm not taking that away from him at all, but he is definitely not tapping in to his full potential if he is still on that kind of mindset. But self-sufficiency is not synonymous with detachment. The goal is not to become a lone wolf, hermit, cat, wandering, detached person thing or whatever, who doesn't need anything or anyone. You know, no one wants to be that one anime character who's just always drifting. Like, I've got no friends. I need no one.
I think some people do want that.
Some people do want that, but it's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
It just ain't healthy. And that's just because
they got a balls.
Well, no, I don't really want to. They got
trauma.
Trauma, yeah. I'll leave it with that. Trauma. They got trauma they got to deal with. But yeah, that's the goal. The goal of self-sufficiency, though, is not to be that person. In fact, self-sufficiency is the art of believing in yourself. Exactly what I was kind of talking about, your self-esteem. Yeah. So it has nothing to do with exiling or being detached. It is all about loving you and believing in you.
Absolutely.
Now, if you know, then you really know. Yin and yang, sun and moon, up and down. Negative without positive here cannot be. No. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Quoting the great Yoda on that one. Because you know. What? It fits, okay? It fits. But as you know, yes, there is a yin and a yang. There is a sun and moon, up and down, all of that jazz. So with self-sufficiency, there also is egocentric self-sufficiency. So what do you guys think egocentric self-sufficiency looks like? Or is, or however you want to define it?
Egocentric
Self-sufficiency.
I mean,
yeah.
Obviously that goes along with your ego and whether you hold on to it or can let it go. Can you stay humble and still pursue to go forward? Or are you going to be hard in your ego and sit back and let things happen? It's almost like taking reign of both inner and outer yourself.
Okay. I see. And Jess, what do you think egocentric self-sufficiency looks like?
Maybe not being a good leader, belittling your staff members or the people around you, being boastful, anything that's led by the ego, like I'm better than you. Look what I've did. Oh, I have this, $100,000 car. What do you drive? Kind of like that type of person no one really wants to be around.
Fucking dick.
Egotistic.
Or a cunt.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sometimes, I like to give it to you guys raw and uncut. Just saying, I'm not going for that Emmy Award like Mr. Habari Live over here. I'm just trying to give it to y'all raw. Rye bread fucking sucks. I'm trying to give it to y'all raw. Not to everyone. In my opinion, for my taste buds, rye bread fucking sucks. But somebody out there loves it. And there's bread for everybody out there. I don't even really eat bread like that anyways anymore. But yeah, there's the egocentric, man. It's usually a fucking dick or a fucking cunt. I mean, just being plain and simple 100 about it is usually an asshole.
Those are some aggressive ass words.
Well, it's true because I don't really like egocentric people because of that.
It's selfish.
Because
it's
they're a dick. They're a fucking cunt. You know what I mean? They're selfish. And the world revolves around people helping each other. Like, we're not, as a human race, as human beings, we're never going to proceed or do anything without any help. And even when it comes down to those people who want segregation and separate things, they're still in their own little fucking clique. So it's still a group that they're a part of. You can't do it alone. And being egocentric is just gonna, whether your plan is to be detached or not, being egocentric is gonna get you that way. But the biggest common characteristic in the egocentric self-sufficiency category is basically what you guys were saying. You didn't say it outright, but basically what you guys were saying, someone who was selfish, someone who doesn't take in consideration of other people. So people that don't take in consideration other people, they boast about their triumphs too much. It's okay to be like, hey man, I just got this Ferrari, want to come check it out? But like I think it was you, Frank, or no, it was Jess that said, that was doing like comparisons.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, I just got this Ferrari right here. What you driving, Frank? Oh, you still driving that from 3 years ago? I'm on my second car already in the last year and a half. What you doing, man? Like, that's that egocentric dick.
There's a difference in being proud of your accomplishments and then being boastful.
Yes.
Like, yeah, if I
back to being humble.
I mean, I don't know if I would ever buy $100,000 car, even if I could afford it. Cause
I'd rather have my own jet first before I buy $100,000 car. No, why?
Because that's not good for the environment.
Do you understand if we're on the level of being able to buy our private jet, we can invest into whoever wants to help save the environment. But we need to get across country in a timely manner. I mean, if we're at that level to where we're looking at buying a private jet, why else would we be buying a private jet?
Because we're egocentric.
But we're not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if I were to buy a jet,
first of all, we all know, regardless of how much money we ever make, you would not splurge for a jet. You know that already.
Used.
No,
it'd be like a 1997 used. Let me get that 1997
you
used.
Even buy Nikes if we have money, let alone a jet.
I might buy one pair of collectibles.
Yeah.
And then give them to Javante when he's my age.
He's going to get a 132 gas jet.
He might get a really nice car. That would be his big splurge.
To be really honest, if we were at that point to where I could even consider buying a jet, I would probably just go get my own aviation license.
He might go get
just get a little carrier plane and just fly ourselves. Because now I'm like, I ain't got to pay no pilot. We ain't got to wait in no line, get our bags checked. Psh, I'm gonna just fucking get my aviation license.
You might go
and
grab
get my
one
own
of the planes the Wright brothers made.
Oh no, I ain't gonna lie. I'd be too scared for that shit. I'm not like since we're on the subject. I don't even really like flying like that. I just know that it's way better to go to the airport and fly to Georgia than try to plan a 6-head trip on the road to Georgia.
Yeah, but that's the joy of it. We take a road trip. If we own our own businesses and we have money, we don't have to worry about being in a rush.
But right now, we ain't at that level.
Have a pretty nice carrier just traveling across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. It's true. But also, that would come with that level, you know? And if we were doing like that and I had the option to buy a jet, we're going to have a tour bus. We're not going to be traveling around in a little Winnebago.
And then we can make stops.
We have one of those buses where the side comes out. That's all I want. I just want the side to come out. I don't even care what kind of bus it is. Just the side comes out.
So I can get on board with that.
Yeah.
That would be my one egocentrical thing, because I definitely would be like, yo, Frank, yo, check this out. I got the bus where the side comes out. Look at that. That's just coming out, bro. Ooh, look at that shit. Yeah, I know you went on a cruise last month, but I got the bus where the side comes out. Look at that shit. So sorry, we got a little sidetrack here. So with strong self-esteem, there are potentially negative aspects that can become a part of your self-sufficiency. There is a danger that self-sufficiency can ultimately make you create a disassociation from others. These self-sufficient people may become so self-immersed and self-contained that they act selfishly, just like we were saying, without taking into consideration the needs of others. This might be called detached self-sufficiency or egocentric self-sufficiency. So that part right there was basically just me kind of reiterating, trying to define a little bit better for you guys what egocentric self-sufficiency is. Now, let me make sure one more time, because we are not. Let me make sure one more time, because we are a society of extremists. Somebody out there is going to go fucking take this information and do the extreme with it. So let me make sure that I repeat myself one more time. Self-sufficiency does not mean becoming a lone wolf, hermit, cat, wandering, detached person thing. Okay? That is not the goal. You do not want to become one of those people. Okay? That is not the main purpose is building up your self-esteem and your confidence in yourself. That is the purpose of it. Research has shown that people who suffer with depression are often more disinterested in others, probably because they are more self-preoccupied. The opposite is usually a self-sufficient person. They're typically less preoccupied by worries and anxieties. This puts them in a position where they are more able to connect with others and more likely to respond to their distress. I was trying to hold that through that whole paragraph. It has been shown that with self-esteem, there can be a strong link to childhood experiences. People who have suffered abuse and trauma in their early childhood are more likely to have weak self-sufficiency. I was thinking, though, too, even though it didn't mention it in the article that I was reviewing, spoiled little brats. Like, I don't know
think
what you
that's
guys
more of a,
than what
more
they're.
play into that than people that go through trauma, because people that go through trauma, like, you have to, it is an actual trauma response to make sure that you're always good, that your environment is always safe. And a lot of that, I think self-sufficiency brings that out. Just knowing, like, okay, I don't have to rely on anybody. I can do it myself. I can make sure my environment's safe. Everyone's happy, and you're doing actually too much. And that's kind of where mine stemmed from. So I would say, but you know what? Trauma can go one way or the other. It can break you. Not everyone's strong-minded, or it can create a stronger person. It's going to go one way or the other.
Yeah. I mean, look at me and my brother. Just saying. Just saying. I'm just saying, we same household. Well, actually, no, I had a comedian break this down, actually. I say same household, same mom, 2 different outcomes, me and my brother, basically. But I had a comedian break it down. They said that those 2 kids didn't have the same parents. They weren't raised in the same house, because this kid that started with this parent, when this parent was this age, with this mindset, is growing this kid.
Right.
And then a few years later, the parent now has this mindset and has this kid. So now they're growing them on that. It's almost like some multiverse shit. But
well, look at Dan to Javante.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not even close to the same parent that I was
great
when
example.
I was 21.
Exactamundo.
Yeah.
But gosh, I lost my place. I hate when that happens.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I trailed off myself. So yes, we were talking about the abuse and trauma in the early. So yes, I agree. That the spoiled little brats, these kids that have everything done for them and given to them except the right kind of love. Then they become adults and suddenly have to come to terms that mom and dad can't fix everything still. So besides the spoiled little brats and the abusive trauma, well, abusive trauma is kind of a blanket statement, but do you guys think that there are any other common childhood experiences that could be connected to a weak self-esteem or a weak self-sufficient person?
I mean, you kind of answered that with the
spoiled
statement. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything comes back to like some kind of event that's happened in someone's life. So, like, it could be a good trauma, a bad trauma. So when you break that down, it's like, when you try to find that self-confidence, what has happened? Was it able to push you through? Did you get the right kind of love? Did you get the right kind of encouragement? The environment, like you said, having that situation. Not everybody gets that. But, some people have heard the right words, because everybody could say just the right word that can change your whole self-confidence and can take you out of the hole.
Yeah, sometimes it's a teacher or a boss or a peer.
Yeah, a quote, maybe something you said.
Yeah.
That someone just randomly was like, hey, I can do this.
Or you could just wake up one day in a vacant apartment and being like, fuck, I can't go home. I'm going to just
figure it out.
I'm going to figure it out. And then a year later, you're working and your mom shows up at your job and gives you a phone. But anyways, we're not talking about personal stuff right now. But yeah, I totally agree. There's a lot of different aspects that could play into lack of confidence, but there's like I said in the beginning, self-sufficiency is something that anybody can obtain with the right amount of time, discipline, and what was the other one? Oh, and knowledge, self-knowledge, or just knowledge in general, So that's what I want to kind of leave, because we're wrapping up this last segment right here. That's what I kind of want to leave with this segment here. If anybody out there who has been sitting there listening to this and they're like, man, I wish I could be more self-sufficient, or I wish I was, or anything like that. Don't get yourself down. Don't
Just
do it. Don't do it. Work on your self-esteem, motherfucker. And obtain that shit. You can be more self-sufficient because, like I said, all you need is time, discipline, and knowledge. And if you want to put in the time to be disciplined and get the knowledge, then you can be self-sufficient.
And a good way to boost your self-confidence is to actually take time for yourself to do the things that you love. You know, because a lot of times, especially here in the great old state, great old United States of America, we're just pushed to work, and then we're made to feel selfish if we take time for ourselves, or like we're not doing a good job if we need support. I mean, if you look outside of the United States, most people live with their extended families and they have that support all the time. You know, we are taught that that's like a weakness to need support, but that's like we're built for that. We need to have people around us, to help build us up. But when you can take some little bit of time for yourself to do anything you love, and you can start feeling proud that you're doing those things. It could be painting, it could be singing, writing poetry, maybe just doing your nails, or anything that brings you a little bit of joy, that you can look at that and be like,
having
damn,
staring
I did
contests
that.
for babies.
Yeah.
That
Or even
works too.
clean, even like cleaning your house. Like some people like to do that. It's enjoyable for
Clipping
them.
your toenails.
Yeah, whatever
That
it
works too.
is.
At the end of the
It literally
day,
could be anything.
Yeah, you just got to put stuff to action. Like we could have a very strong mindset about a lot of things, but we've all become complacent and sitting in one place.
Yeah.
And like all you got to do is just put things to action. Like if you see it, like even if you stumble, I always say, like in life we don't walk backwards. We go forwards. And walking is nothing but falling forward. So yeah, we fall back sometimes, but let's keep going forward.
Keep on going. Yep.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So yeah, if you guys are paying attention, there's some gems right there. A good way to obtain some self-sufficiency. Basically, when it comes down to it, what we're saying is don't fucking give up. Just keep going and believe that you will make it to whatever path, the end of whatever path you're on.
There's always going to be ups and downs. Anything you do.
And there's always going to be more paths.
But learn from them. Take the goods and the bads.
Yeah, because the bads are always a lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, you can only.
There's always a lesson.
Learn something. You can usually. I don't want to say always. I hate saying always. You can usually learn something, even when something doesn't work out the way you want to. But I think we are getting kind of close, so we're gonna move on to, and actually that is the end of that segment. Anyways, we're gonna end up skipping the wacky wealth today, but we're gonna get into my favorite segment of the show. My favorite segment of the show, which is,
I don't think he's listening.
as we build the suspense before I announce the last segment of the show, we building, boy. Sorry, last time Jimmy came in and helped me out with it, I thought he was going to hear me this time. I don't know what he's doing right now. My engineer doesn't support me right now. He had me last time. But yes, we're going into We Building Boy. So today on We Building Boy, we're highlighting the Archwood Exchange. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but the Archwood Exchange was founded in 2017 with the goal of creating a hub for Black business in Phoenix, Arizona. The original vision was to open a store that only sold products made by Black-owned companies. After a trip to Houston, however, they witnessed a Houston by Black marketplace. And when they returned, they decided that is what Phoenix needs. So they hosted their first marketplace in May of 2017. It featured over 30 new experienced Black-owned businesses. The marketplace also quickly became a place to build community and learn about various resources and initiatives designed to benefit the community. The marketplace is still held every first Saturday of the month in down. Is that right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, the
For some
first
reason, I
and
thought it was
used
a
to be the
different.
first and third, but I think they're just
Oh,
doing it
okay.
once a month
It's just
now.
one- okay, I wasn't sure if it was fully
Yeah.
updated, but I thought you might know. But yeah, so marketplace is still held every first Saturday of the month in downtown Phoenix. Archwood Exchange is comprised of 4 entrepreneurs that started their journey while facilitating the marketplace and being surrounded by exceptional people chasing their dreams. Since its inception, the Archwood team has built 5 successful businesses that occupy 3 brick and mortar locations in downtown Phoenix and employ roughly 20 members of the community. The brick and mortar, or the businesses that they had listed on the website, I don't think there was only 4 of them on there, so they're missing a 5th, which I'm thinking is the
Acres.
yeah,
The
Acres.
new store.
The new store, yeah. Which I don't have the information on that yet.
It's actually right next to Stardust and Sage, I believe. Or
Is
maybe
it?
like 2 doors down, but it's right on Roosevelt between 5th and 7th. So they have Stardust and Sage.
I was going to do that.
Oh, sorry.
So they have Grassroots Bookstore and Juice Bar. That's one location they have. Shout out to More Visuals, where he is located at that place. If you guys need any pictures or anything, a studio like that, photographers, hit them up. www.grassroots with a Z bookstore.com. They also have Straw and Wool Hat Shop, which is located on Roosevelt Row, off of near 7th Street in Roosevelt. These next is do you know if the Brownstone Spa is over there? Are you familiar with that one?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say these next 3 are all on Roosevelt, but I know for sure Straw and Wool are on Roosevelt. Stardust and Sage is on Roosevelt. Straw and Wool Hat Shop website is strawandwool.com. Stardust and Sage website is stardustandsage.com. Sorry, y'all heard that too?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I'm like, and then the last one they had listed was Brownstone Spa, which can be found at Brownstone. What is that one? A hyphen, right? When it's just a little bar, a dash. No, it's dash. Hyphen is, I don't know. Dash. Brownstone-spa.com. So Archwood Exchange, you can go to the website and find all these stores there. Archwoodexchange.com. Traditional spelling for everything except for the Grassroots has a Z for an S in the roots. Everything else is traditional spelling, but you guys can go to archwoodexchange.com and that'll connect you to all the stores. So I'm not going to go back through all that stuff again. You can go to the archwoodexchange.com and that'll bring up all the stores I just mentioned, including the new Acres store where they are actually achieving their dream. This is going to be a brick and mortar store that sells black business product or products sold by black businesses, which is also located on Roosevelt Row. So Strong Wool, Stardust and Sage, and Acres are all located on Roosevelt, on near 7th Street in Roosevelt. But if you want more information, because I'm kind of rambling now, archwoodexchange.com. Okay. All right, cool.
And if you're a black business owner and you want a space that you can sell your product in all the time, they rent space there that you can have your product in.
Archwoodexchange.com. You can get all that information. You can get set up with their marketplace. You can get set up with the Acres and get your stuff sold there. And you can figure out about their businesses and how you can purchase things from them. And I'm pretty sure the website has their community activities as well. So check out that website. Get linked up with Archwood Exchange. Shout out to them. Big round of applause. And with that being said, we are going to get into the next part, which is probably Jimmy's favorite part, because we are going to be giving a shout out to my engineer of all engineers, Mr. Jimmy the Brown Giant. Ho, ho, ho. And then we're also going to give a shout out to my 2 co-hosts for today, Mr. Frank the Tank and Jessica the Moss Boss. aka Elevated Soul, aka Mom.
That works.
And then I also want to give a shout out to my baby boy Poots. Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. No? Okay. Well, I want to give a shout out to my baby boy Poots for being a good boy. All right. The last one is for you guys. Peace out. See you next time.